Hello students, now I am going to explain about the problems in a joint probability distribution under the module 5 in the subject complex analysis, probability and statistical methods. In a previous presentation, already I explained about joint probability distribution and what are all the conditions is there in that discrete joint probability distribution and what are all the formulas we are using to find out the expectation and covariance and also that correlation. So based on that, now we are going to do few problems under this joint probability distribution. Now we'll see the first problem. A joint probability distribution is given by the following table. So already in a question they given the table xy. So x values is 1, 2 and y value is -3, 2, 4. Along with that the joint probability values, it means j11, 12, 13, 21, 22, 23. All these values already they given in a question itself. Now with the help of this given data, they asked us to find out covariance of xy and also verify that x and y are statistically independent variables. So that one we have to prove now. So now first you just see the given joint probability distribution table you just observe. So in that table, so you first we can write that joint probability. With the help of that we can write that marginal distribution table we can write. So first we have to find the marginal distribution of x and then y by adding all the respective row entries and the respective column entries of the given joint probability distribution table. So first what we have to do here, x and then corresponding f of x. If you go for adding the values like a row wise means that will become a f of x1 value, f of x2 value. You just see in a previous slide, row wise you just see. Here what is there? First row wise you just observe 0.2, 0.2 and then 0.1. If you adding means you are getting solution as 0.5. Similarly, in the second row, 0.3, 0.1, 0.1 is nothing but 0.5. Now, you just see x equals to 1, 3. That is fixed. And corresponding row wise, if you adding means, you are getting f of x1 as 0.5, f of x2 is also 0.5. Similarly, column wise if you adding means, you are getting first you should write y value. Y value they given here -3, 2 and then 4. It won't be changed. You just write that y value as it is. Now column wise you just add. So first column value will be 0.3 plus 0.1. That will become 0.4. And next two column values will be 0.3, 0.3. So let me check out here. G of y will be 0.4, 0.3, 0.3. So we got that marginal distribution of x and y. So now after this, next we'll go for finding the mu x. Mu x is nothing but expectation of x. The formula will be like this. Summation of x into f of x. Okay, so there you just go for expansion of formula x1 f of x1 plus x2 f of x2. All values it is there in the table. With the help of that marginal distribution table, you just substitute, simplify, you are getting the value as 2. Similarly, mu y, expectation of y. So summation of y into gy. First we have to expand, then go for substitution of values. We are getting 0.6. Similarly, expectation of xy means the formula will be like this. Summation of x, summation of y, xy, probability of xy. First we have to expand and then all values you just substitute. On simplification we are getting solution as 0. Now we'll write the formula for covariance. Covariance of xy. The formula will be expectation of xy minus mu x into mu y, which is equals to the obtained values you just substitute and simplify. We are getting solution as minus 1.2. So here you just see minus 1.2 we are getting. In a question what they asked us to find out, find covariance of xy. So that value we got it. Also verify that x and y are statistically independent variables. Since this is not equals to 0, this is not a independent variables. So now we'll go for the next second problem. The joint probability function of two discrete random variables x and y is given by f of x comma y, which is equals to c into 2x plus y, where x and y can assume all integral values such that x is varying from 0 to 2 and y is varying from 0 to 3, and f of x comma y which is equals to 0. Otherwise, find. So here they asked us to find out the different values. The first one is find the values of the constant c and probability in the condition x equals to 2 and y equals to 1, and probability x is greater than or equals to 1 and y is less than or equals to 2. These things they asked us to find out in this problem. So now we'll see the solution. First we'll define f of x comma y. What they given there, if x is lies in between 0 to 2, y is lies in between 0 to 3, then the function can be defined as c into 2x plus y. In any other condition, the function value will become a 0. So now we return the function in a standard form. Now the given x and y are discrete random variables. Therefore, the joint probability distribution we have to find out. It will be in this form. So first we'll write the value of x. X is varying from 0 to 2. They given a 0, 1, 2 and y will be a 0, 1, 2, 3. So now we'll start here like this: 0, C, 2C, 3C and then 2C, 3C, 4C, 5C, 4C, 5C, 6C, 7C. With the help of that formula, we can write the joint probability values will be like this. Now first we have to find out the value of C. So to find out the value of C, so from the given table already we know that it has to say clearly they given it as a discrete joint probability distribution. Discrete means it has to satisfy this condition. Two condition. One is probability of xy which is greater than or equals to 0. It means C is greater than or equals to 0. Second condition, if you go for adding this all values means you should get solution as 1. Now all values you just add. So start from 0, end up with 7C. If you adding means that solution will be a 1. So that C value will become 1 by 42. After getting that C value, next we'll find out probability in a different condition. The first condition is probability of x equals to 2, y equals to 1. X equals to 2, y equals to 1 means from the table we can write 5C. So 5 with C value is 1 by 42. It means 5 by 42 will be the required value. And the next probability of x is greater than or equals to 1. Y is less than or equals to 2. So x is greater than or equals to 1 and y is greater than less than or equals to 2. In that condition, what are all the values will come? You just see x equals to 1, y equals to 0. And probability of x equals to 1, y equals to 1, x equals to 1, y equals to 2, x equals to 2, y equals to 0, and x equals to 2, y equals to 1, x equals to 2, y equals to 2. Under this, what are all the respective values in terms of C? That you have to substitute and you just go for adding. We are getting 24C. So C value will be 42. On simplification, we are getting 4 by 7. This is what our required probability value. Now we'll see the one more problem in this joint probability distribution. A fair coin is tossed thrice. You just see here the coin is going to toss how many times? 3 times they are going to toss. The random variables x and y are defined as follows: x equals to 0 or x equals to 1 according as head or tail occurs in the first toss. So in the first toss, head comes means 0, tail comes means 1. This is what x value. And y represents total number of heads occurring in that each toss. So now in this condition, we have to determine the probability distribution of x and y, the joint probability distribution of x and y, and also they asked us to find out the covariance. To find out all these things, first we have to write the sample space. One coin they are going to toss how many times here? 3 times they are going to toss. It means H and 2 times H and then tail HTT THH, THT, TTH and TTT. So I think around totally 8 possible outcomes we got it in that. So first we'll find out the probability distribution is nothing but marginal distribution we have to find out for this x and y. So first we'll find out the x. So x means what here? 0 and 1 only, because 0 comes in a first toss means is 0 is nothing but in a first toss head has to come. You just observe the sample space. So how many times head comes in a first toss? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the first 4 outcomes will come under x equals to 0. So 4 divided by 8 is nothing but 1 by 2. Similarly, x equals to 1. In that condition, the last 4 sample space, it means in a first toss tail has to come. So here 4 divided by 8 is nothing but 1 by 2. If you row wise, if you are adding means you should get solution as 1. So it means the marginal distribution for x we got it. Now we'll find out marginal distribution for y we'll find out. So here 0, 1, 2, 3. Maximum 3 times we can get the head. So here first one, y equals to 0 means there is no head. Only one time that chance will be there. That is tail, tail, tail. So 1 by 8. Similarly, the next one is 3 by 8, 3 by 8 and then 1 by 8. Now we got the marginal distribution. Marginal distribution for x and y we got it. Now we'll go for find the joint probability distribution. With the help of formula easily we can find out this x and y. Write down the values as it is, and f of x, g of y, that value also we got it. That one easily you can substitute. Only the middle 2 rows, that value we have to find out with the help of formula. So that value will be a 0, 1 by 8, 2 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 2 by 8, 1 by 8 and then 0. How we can find out to this means you just see here the first value will explain J11, that value will become 0 here. How it becomes 0 is nothing but J11 is nothing but probability of x equals to 0, y equals to 0. Y equals to 0 means what? One time also we should not get the head. And x equals to 0 is nothing but in a first toss head has to come. These two are highly impossible. It means that value will become 0. We'll see the next one. J12 is nothing but probability of x equals to 0 and then y equals to 1. It means second value. Already I written that is 1 by 8. You just see here x equals to 0 and then y equals to 1. You just see the previous slide. X equals to 0, y equals to 1. X equals to 0 is nothing but what? First toss head has to come. It means the first 4 chances. Okay. And the next y equals to 1. It means only one time that head has to come. Only one time head has to come means only one chance will be there. That is HTT. So it means what? Out of 8, only one time this is possible. So the solution is 1 by 8. Similarly, we have to find out the remaining also. So now we'll see the next one. Mu x, expectation of x. Formula is summation of x into f of x. You just expand, substitute all the values. We are getting 1 by 2. Similarly, expectation of y will be a 3 by 2. Expectation of xy, you just expand, substitute all the value. We are getting solution as 1 by 2. With the help of this, easily we can find out covariance of x comma y. The formula is expectation of xy minus mu x into mu y. All values you just substitute. On simplification we are getting minus 1 by 4 is the solution. This is what our required solution. So similarly we can do n number of problems. Here I explained only few methods. That only few problems we explained here. Thank you.